There come a few points in my life where I sometimes come across something that I get strange obsessions over. Something that I tend to think about a lot, especially in moments when I feel my lowest. Something that I see a bit of myself into and can connect to in a deep emotional level. It could come in a variety of forms, like the eyes of a fictional character or the sound of a summer cigar. But the one I'm going to talk about today is a bit different from those, and it's a Rick and Morty episode. To be specific, my favorite episode of the series so far. That episode is Rest and Relaxation. Now, I say favorite with a pinch of salt here because things I favor when it comes to these things that I get obsessed over are usually melancholic. They, in a way, enhance my state of numbness, but at the same time, give me comfort. In this case, this episode did that to me, but it had an additional emotion to the mix. Envy. To recap the episode a bit, Rick and Morty start off the episode by going on an adventure they didn't think would take more than 20 minutes, while in reality it took them 6 days to finish. It was no ordinary adventure, of course, since at the end of it all, we're greeted with this scene.
I can't f***ing do this anymore!
That was seriously up. We almost died.
So you agree?
Yes, this was insane. That was pure luck. I was not in control of that situation at all.
If you're a fan of the show, you probably noticed that this scene became quite the meme when it came out. And why wouldn't it when it's so relatable, right? You can apply this scene with anything in your life that is stressful or that you had a mental breakdown over, and you can bet your ass someone out there is screaming "SAME" at the top of their lungs.
Why do you keep doing this to us?
I don't know, Morty. Maybe I hate myself. Maybe I think I deserve to die. I don't know.
So later on, Rick and Morty go on a well-deserved vacation spot in space, and the first thing we see is them getting spit out by these giant aliens who apparently enjoy sucking out people's stress and pain, making the person feel quite calm and relaxed after doing so. Now, if you think that's a blessing from fictional heaven that we will never have, well, it gets even better, my friend. Later on, we come across a scene where Rick and Morty come across this nice alien fellow who asks them to experiment on this machine that removes all toxins from your body. Rick, of course, is Amino Coop like always before trying the machine out. And when they do, something quite fascinating happens. Everything negative, every single bad characteristic about both characters are completely gone. Formed into green, gooey, disgusting balls of slime who become their own separate beings. Living beings, nonetheless. I found this concept in the episode so fascinating. The thought of everything bad about you being its own separate entity really intrigued me. But what intrigued me even more is how effective and different Rick and Morty became as people. To have an idea, the first thing Rick does after experimenting the machine is actually apologize to the alien man for mocking his weird throat noises. I mean, that is the complete opposite of Rick's character. This egocentric, crazed, dark-humored, evil genius of a man completely transforms into a nice, sensitive, caring, and overall softy of a grandpa. What? But if you thought that was crazy, oh, no, my friend, no. Morty changes too. All his anxiety, insecurities, nervousness, self-loathing, self-hatred, weaknesses, they're all gone. Just like that. The next day in school, we see him become a completely different person. Everyone loves the new Morty. He's positive, funny, charismatic, helps others. He's perfect. The perfect, healthy Morty. A lot of people in the fandom really thought healthy Rick and Morty were very weird and creepy versions because they weren't themselves. But personally, I like the new Morty. Not only did I like him, I was jealous of him. I mean, look at him. Look at this all-grown, confident cinnamon roll. Who wouldn't want that? Jeez, man, that machine. If it existed in real life, it would solve everything. Every single bad thing about everyone. Completely gone. People who are depressed or insecure would never have to deal with those problems. Those who are extremely violent would remove those tendencies. People with mental illnesses such as autism and schizophrenia would be able to function in normal society. I could be able to be the person that I always wanted to be. This video would be out a day or two after finishing typing these very words. But just as all of this seems perfect in the episode, we move on and Rick shows Morty that the toxins they removed are living beings, separate entities that were part of them this whole time. This is where the bigger conflict of the episode arises. Should they merge with their toxins, or is it okay to let them rot outside of their bodies? To summarize the rest of the episode up, the moral the creators try to send to the viewer through Rick is that every bit of us, the good and the toxins, make us who we are as people, and ridding ourselves of them would mean we would lose ourselves, and we would not be ourselves anymore. And those we love should also accept us and like us for who we are. Rick without his cruel nature turns into something boring. And Morty without his crippling insecurities turns into a sociopath, making both characters not fun to watch as a series concept anymore. I personally understand that Morty was forcefully turned back into the secure boy we all love because, you know, the show must go on. We need more Rick and Morty in our lives, am I right? But speaking rationally, that ending didn't really make a lot of sense to me at first. Morty ran away from Rick and his home because he absolutely refused to get those toxins back inside of him. But at the end, he knew that Rick was trying to track him down. He could have turned off his phone and avoided being found, but he didn't. Why? Why would he deliberately ruin everything he accomplished so far? Well, my guess is that his subconscious was bored. Sure, he had happiness and success, but he didn't struggle to get where he was. It was too easy. That's also what the creators of the show were trying to say. If we didn't have toxins and flaws and bad things inside of us, life would be too easy. It would be boring. There would be nothing to fight for. And you know what? That's all very happy and dandy, but to be perfectly honest, I don't agree with that mindset. Many people today struggle with a lot of mental shit that they can't deal with anymore. People struggle with things in their lives, mental things, that they can't simply get over. They're deep, harsh problems that people have to deal with when they can't stand the pain anymore. That's the reason suicide is something that exists. If you're a K-pop fan, you might have heard of the suicide situation that happened to Jung-hyun Kim, who even though was so well accomplished and did so good for the world, decided to rid of his own life because he was unable to find happiness no matter what he did. I'm not the biggest expert on these things, but there's one thing I know, is that the human mind is very delicate and complex. So complex, in fact, that it takes years for a person to figure out what their problems, needs, and most importantly, how to overcome them are sometimes. Nobody in this world is perfect. Even going through that machine, Rick and Morty didn't become perfect. They just became better versions of themselves. They became healthy. A machine like that could help people find themselves. It would take a lot of the heavy pains in life away that you can't stand anymore. And I believe that going through a detox machine wouldn't fix absolutely everything in your life. Just the darkest and worst things about ourselves that we can't stand anymore. Or at least it would help us understand ourselves better. At least for a little while. But just like people go on vacations to rest, it would be so nice if there was a way to go on a vacation of your own clouded mind as well, and be able to see the bigger picture. I might just be speaking for myself here, but I think the thing everyone wants more in life is to find enlightenment, peace, fulfillment, and purpose. And the detoxifier would definitely save a lot of lives, plus helping people accomplish that. I mean, obviously technology is not advanced enough to be able to create such a machine in real life, and to be realistic, it probably never will, but man, wouldn't that be nice? So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Rick and Morty episode Rest and Relaxation. What are your thoughts? Do you agree or do you disagree with me? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So yeah, thank you everybody so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good shit to help me grow. You can follow me on Twitter, the link's in the description. I hope you have a wonderful day, and remember to stay determined to get fun, guys!